So, I don't know. Okay. So this was the 42nd was all most powerful. We take up 43, all famous. So Kamalini Mataji can read.
You can't see Prabhuji the screen.
Can't see?
Yeah. Is anybody able? Yes, Prabhuji. Now I can see.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
A person who becomes well known due to his spotless character is called famous. It is stated that the diffusion of Krishna's fame is like the moonshine, which turns darkness into light. In other words, if Krishna consciousness is preached all over the world, the darkness of ignorance and the anxiety of material existence will turn into the whiteness of purity, peacefulness, and prosperity. When the great sage Narada was chanting the glories of the Lord, the bluish line on the neck of Lord Shiva disappeared. Upon seeing this, Gauri, the wife of Lord Shiva, suspected. Screen has to go up little, Prabhuji. Suspected Lord Shiva of being someone else disguised as her husband, and out of fear she immediately left his company. Upon hearing the chanting of Krishna's name, Lord Balarama saw that his dress had become white, although he was generally accustomed to a bluish dress. And the cowherd girls saw all of the water of Yamuna river turn into milk, so they began to churn it into butter. In other words, by spreading of Krishna consciousness or the glories of Krishna, everything becomes white and pure.
So this is the speciality of an acharya, like what we are discussing is Krishna's qualities, but the acharya goes beyond that and sees that how this quality of Krishna can help us if we understand it properly, that it can help us in our preaching mission, in our effort to glorify the name of the Lord and spread it. So the very definition, a person who becomes well known due to his spotless character. So one thing we have to understand is that every statement in Nectar of Devotion, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, in all the Shastra, is positive. When we say famous, because with our Kali Yugi mind, we'll say famous. Oh, even Osama bin Laden is famous, right? Or some big dacoit is famous. Some cheat is famous. Some dictator is famous. But no, these are all famous. This is a positive fame, not a negative fame. We say in Hindi, badnaam. एक का नाम होता है, दूसरे का बदनाम होता है, like bad name. That should not be considered like that. So, of course, this was the dream of Srila Prabhupada, that if he spread this Krishna consciousness throughout the world, then all these fights going on and quarrels over territory, over religion and jihad and this and that, everything can be taken care, because everybody will be cooperatively engaged in devotional service. That was his idea. He even told in his interview with the Chicago police chief, they had an interview, because Prabhupada had become famous in America in the 60s and early 70s. Hundreds and hundreds of college boys and girls and young people were all getting attracted to him. So he became famous. He was in various TV channels everywhere. So he One time they arranged an interview with Chicago, because that time Chicago had the highest crime rate in America. Now it is back. There's a lot happening again. Every Friday, tens and tens of youth get killed, in the gunfights, drug cartel and gun fights. So anyway, that time in the interview, he was asking, what is this Krishna consciousness? And Prabhupada was explaining that how we serve God together. Loving devotional service. He explained everything. So that person said, but sir, do you have any formula so that we can bring down the violence in the city? And Prabhupada said, let the government give us big fields, stadiums, football stadium and other places, big where tens of thousands of people can come. He says, what do you will do with that? He says, we'll have kirtan, sankirtan there, for hours together. We'll have thousands of people joining and then everybody doing kirtan together. And what is this kirtan? He explained in kirtan. He said, but then how this is connected with the violence? Prabhupada says, when people will be busy doing kirtan, where is the time for them to do any violence? Like when you are engaged in positive activity, where is the chance for any negativity? So his thought was very clear, grand vision. And the chief liked the idea. He says, let me talk to the government, like I'm not the decision taker, but I really like the idea. So like this, one should try to become famous as the devotee of the Lord, as the one who is spreading goodness around. And here, of course, some examples are given of Krishna's name. It's not even Krishna. Krishna's name is so famous and so powerful that, these three examples given here. When Narada Ji was chanting, Lord Shiva's Nilakanta, the blue line, disappeared. And then Parvati, Gauri, she thought that he's somebody else because he's known as a Nilakanta. If there's no Nila, then there is a problem, right? So she left him, thinking that he's not the same Shiva. And then Lord Balram's dress becoming white. Lord Balram is that immediate expansion, but even he likes to chant. And in his love for chanting, his dress becomes white. And then and the gopis seeing the Yamuna water becoming milk, and then they are churning and butter is coming like that. So everything can happen. Everything can become pure. The atmosphere can become purified. Now devotees all around the world are again, in between it was little less. Earlier the Hare Krishnas were known for their street chanting, airport chanting, street chanting, Nagara Kirtana. But now it is picking up again. Now we have 24-hour Kirtan and Kirtan Mela for 6 days, and super duper things, happening all around. People are taking to the streets. Even in the remotest place of the world, we can see that happening, where nobody has even thought of. I was just watching one video about a week back or 2 weeks back. There's some national parade of some country, I think Canada or someplace. And devotees are simply going in that, as a part of the parade. And they're all uniforms and things like that of others. Like devotees are not in uniform. And then suddenly this one devotee gets an idea, he just starts slowly, he gets people into rhythm, and then they show the whole big group of girls. He makes them chant, one word each time. Hare, Hare, Krishna, Krishna, like that, And then slowly they just forget everything, all their own parade and everything, that everybody's engrossed in the chanting. It is wonderful to watch. This happened long time back also when one of the Prabhupada disciples did that, That was on a Canada Day again, So, yes, that we should be very happily preaching. Problems will be there, obstacles will be there, but we don't have to worry about that. Krishna is there. Krishna will give us intelligence how to face if any problem comes. Let's take the 44 today. And who else is there? Rashmi Mataji is of course in Dubai, so she won't be able to. Okay, Dolly Mataji, read.
Hare Krishna. Popular. Any person who is very dear to people in general is called a popular man. As for Krishna's popularity, there is a statement in the first canto, 11th chapter, verse 9 of Srimad Bhagavatam that deals with his returning home from the capital of Hastinapur. While he had been absent from Dwarka at the battle of Kurukshetra, all the citizens of Dwarka had become morose. Then, when he returned, the citizens joyfully received him and said, "Dear Lord, while you were absent from the city, we passed our days in the darkness of night. As in the darkness of night, every moment appears to be a long duration of time, so while you were gone, every moment appeared to us like millions of years. Your separation is completely unbearable to us." This statement shows how popular Krishna was all over the country. A similar incident occurred when Krishna entered the arena of sacrifice arranged by King Kamsa for his death. As soon as he entered the place, all the sages began to cry, "Jai, Jai, Jai," which means victory. Krishna was a boy at that time, and all the sages offered their respectful blessings to him. The demigods who were present also began to offer beautiful prayers to Krishna, and the ladies and girls present expressed their joy from all the corners of the arena. In other words, there was no one in that particular place with whom Krishna was not very popular.
Okay. So, popular. Famous and no popular. Again, person can become famous, but to become popular, that means is liked by everybody. Popular is the person who is liked by everybody. They will have these days voting going on all around, polls will happen. How popular you are, President of America, is he popular? How many people are for him? How many people are against him? Like every day there will be some poll going on. So if a poll is taken among the people, then again we'll find that Krishna will be leading. Krishna will be leading. He'll again, the non-devotees and the envious persons, they may not like him. They think that he is too opulent, he is too good. But generally, we know how popular is Krishna. Prabhupada used to say that, and somebody asked him, what is the difference between Western countries and India, about God consciousness and so on. And Prabhupada says in India, in foreign countries, he says, you stop somebody and, say, "Sir, can you tell me who is God?" So he says, 90% he will not be able to tell you. He will say something, because he may be an atheist, he may be, again in Christianity there are so many divisions and so on. Somebody says this and somebody says that. Somebody says Jesus is Son of God. Somebody says he's a one who is God himself. Like that, there's so much confusion. Again, they say the concept of God is not clear. They will just, somebody say it is some Shakti, that again a big number says that way. But he says in India, you stop anybody on the street and just ask him, He'll just say, he may tell different names of Krishna. He may not say directly Krishna, he say Kanaya, Kana, depending, Jagannath, Puri you go, Jagannath. Somebody may say Shiva, somebody may say Rama, but the idea is that people have some concept. And even a person who doesn't believe in Krishna being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will also not object to that. He will not say, oh, some Shakti or something. No. Very few will say that also, maybe. But the idea is that Krishna is popular. That's all. That's all we want to understand right now. Like here, the example of Dwarka people is given. They just could not bear the absence of Krishna. Krishna is in Hastinapur, Kurukshetra is fighting. He is in the not fighting, but he is in the fight. And the Dwarka Vasis are missing him. Who will you miss unless you are not popular? Why somebody will miss you? Right? So this way we completed 4 more today, 44. So now we are left with 20 more. So stay tuned. Next week we'll try to take hopefully more of them. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Oh, sorry. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here and then I'll like to close because I hope there's no doubt about anything today. If there is any, then we can discuss next time. Thank you. Hare Krishna.